Welcome to QuizBowl PRO, the software-based academic competition scoreboard system that uses standard Wi-Fi networking and smartphones and tablets as ring-in devices. In this demonstration, I'm using $20 Android track phones that I got at Walmart, but you're welcome to use any other sort of device, even iPhones, iPads, or even a Windows computer. But all you have to do is download the free QuizBowl Systems Player app onto your devices, load the software onto your PC, and connect everyone to the same Wi-Fi router. In this case, this is a $58 router that I purchased on Amazon, but it is not connected to the internet, and I can't stress that enough. The internet is not required in order for this to work. So since I've launched the QuizBowl Pro application and opened the standard QuizBowl set of settings that comes with the system, you can see that I have two 4-person teams, and everybody's logged in on team 1, and I have an open spot on team 2. So what I'm going to do is show you how a player logs in. All they do is enter the IP address here that's shown on your moderator screen. They type in their name, and then they click the login button or press the login button. They're offered a choice of teams to join. In this case, I'll join the Auburn team. And now you can see that this player, whose name is Nicole, is now logged in for that team. If I want to conduct a ring-in test, I click the ring-in test button and I touch anywhere on the player's device. And you'll see that the player gets feedback in terms of highlighting on their screen that matches the team color. And on your screen, you see that the Auburn team rang in, and the background for the player who was there first shows up in the same team color, in this case red. And you can do this until everybody's happy. And then when it's time to start the match, you press the End Ring-In Test button. By the way, all of these buttons, which are difficult to see in this video, I understand, are clearly labeled Play Question, Ring-In Test, Timeout, Edit Scores, End Match. They also almost all have different keyboard shortcuts that are labeled. So for example, if I want to start the ring-in timer, I can either touch this or click it with the mouse, or I can press the space bar. So for example, I'll do that. You'll see here that the ring-in timer counts down. Nobody rang in time, so the system knows that in standard QuizBowl, if the toss-up isn't answered correctly, we should tee up another toss-up, which we have. I also failed to point out to you that the round timer starts only when you've started to play a question. So let's play a toss-up in bonus sequence. I'll click Play Question. The moderator reads the question. Let's say John of Carbondale rings in. And you'll see that you as the operator have a choice of either clicking or touching P for power, plus for right, negative for wrong, or neg, the letter N, or touching this button, this red button, to cause a neg to show up. So if this player answered early enough and correctly, I could press P for power, and they'll get 15 points. And the system knows that a bonus should follow, so I'll press the Play Question button, and it highlights the Carbondale team, the team that got the toss-up right. I read part 1, that shows here. If they get it right, I press right. It tees up part 2. Let's say they get that wrong, so no points are awarded. And then part 3, that's right, so they ended up getting 20 points on the bonus cycle. It's as simple as that. Simply start a question, ring in for a player, and determine whether or not they got the answer right or wrong, or whether they are to be awarded a power or assessed a neg. In this case, I'll assess a neg here. That team is now out. The other team still has a chance to ring in. And I can start a timer if I want to. I'm not going to in this case, but those buttons are clearly labeled. And let's say they get the answer right. So Carbondale, once again, ends up earning a bonus. So I'll start the bonus. And let's say they get the first part right, second part wrong, third part wrong. So it's as simple as that to operate the system. If you need to make a modification to the system, it maybe you clicked wrong when you meant to click right or vice versa, you can simply touch here to edit the scores, and that will launch an Excel spreadsheet that's always running in the background. You can make the changes and then re-import the new scores. Call a timeout by pressing the timeout button. Or if you just want to stop the clock, you can do that. You can modify the time setting just by clicking in the round timer setting and putting in the new time. So it's very, very capable. There's a lot more that the system can do, though. I'm not going to play any more through this standard QuizBowl match. Over here on the setup screen, you're able to modify the number of teams. If you want to engage a larger number of teams, you can have up to 6 teams, and each team can have up to 5 players, so a large group can play. There are also options here under round options for you to activate different types of questions, toss-up questions, bonus questions, team questions, whatever you'd like to play, and you can modify the settings on these. One of the typical modifications that people make is to allow for rebounding or bounce back of missed parts. So that's simple to do, and when you make the changes to your settings, you can simply save them and then reuse them whenever you would like. Another modification that people like to make is to play not as teams but as individuals. So, for example, if I decide to play as individuals, I can play up to 40 students in any given match. So there are lots and lots of things that QuizBowl Pro can do that I haven't shown you here. If you'd like to learn more about it, what it can do, or to purchase a license, please visit QuizBowlSystems.com. Thank you.